Hey, this is Carla from the Butcher Babies.
This is George Corpse Fisher from Cannibal Corpse.
Hey, this is Rex from Kill Devil Hill. It's Wednesday 13.
This is Jazz from Devil Driving.
This is Odorous from Quad. You're listening to Rabid Noise
on Rabid Radio.
Turn it up.
And we're back on Rabid Noise on Rabid Radio. That was Untravelled Road from 1,000 Foot Krutch, who will be touring the country next month. We're here with bass player Joel Bruyere. Thanks for joining us, man. So I heard you were in hospital recently. Is that right?
It's a true story. It's kind of, it's a real rarity what happened to me, and it's just a funny thing. You know, it's kind of, when something like that happens, it's pause to remember that we are just flesh and bone and pretty fragile. We think we walk around and we're like invincible, sometimes, but it's pretty easy to have just about anything under the sun happen to you. So I fortunately was at home. I had really great care, good surgeon, and I'm feeling like $500,000 right now. So,
Well, so you're doing all right though.
I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm actually back on the road now, and got a few shows back under my belt, and so I'm healthy and pretty much 100%. So.
That's full on, man, that you've just sort of jumped straight back into rock and roll.
It's right there in the name. You can't, I'm just a bass player and I'm very much not rock and roll, but if I want to live up to the facade, I had no choice just to, jump in with both feet and attack it head on.
Well, it's awesome you're doing all right, man.
Thank you.
So, as we mentioned, you're going to be here next month for your very first tour down under in support of your latest album, Oxygen Inhale. You guys must be pretty stoked to finally get down here.
It's sad that we haven't been yet, especially for a real proper tour, because we know so many people from both Australia and New Zealand, and being Canadian, there's a real similar vibe to the culture, and so we're excited to come back. It's sad that we haven't been able to, but all that's behind us now because we got a tour we're coming for, so it's pretty exciting.
Oh man, heaps of people are pumped you guys are coming down. So it's good news, man. Finally.
Great.
So yeah, well this time don't leave it too long between visits. You might as well.
Yeah, we actually we'd come down. It's such a difficult thing. If we had like a one-off show or something, like here in North America, we can pop over to even the West Coast like in a day or so. But if we just came down to do like one or two shows, I would do it because, as we just realized earlier, I'm pretty rock and roll, right? But I just don't know that I get everyone else on board to be able to, it's a lot, it's a lot. Well, it's so much travel getting there, it's worth it. It's just, putting so many shows together like we're doing this time. It's just really exciting because it makes the trip all the more worthwhile.
Oh, definitely, man. That's awesome. Well, is there an Oxygen Exhale coming as well? Is that right?
You have consolation prize bass player today because Trev is actually finishing up vocals on what will be the lead single for Exhale. So yeah, we're already tracking. We're in the works right now.
Oh, awesome, man. So
yeah.
Is it, cause I did notice like the, Inhale, it's a shorter album. It's about 37 minutes. It's straight in there, hits to the point. Is this similar because you've split it over two albums?
Yeah, I think we had so many different concepts on how we wanted this to roll out in the first place. I think we would have loved to have done a double disc right out the gate. And, it's a major undertaking. We were in the middle of touring, and the end is where we begin. It had done well enough that we were still working that record when it came time to do Inhale. And so I think ultimately, so far, it looks like Exhale might be quite a bit longer and might contain a whole lot more content. I don't want to spill the beans too much, but some video, some remix, some acoustic, lots of leftover stuff that we wanted to include on the first one. So
exciting stuff, man. Is there a release date or is it?
We Yeah, we don't yet. I mean, I kind of have an idea, but I'd be breaking a lot of rules. For the poor boys mad at me. But hopefully by the time we come down there, we'll be able to announce.
Awesome, man. Of course, man, you guys have sold like 1 million albums collectively over the years, which is these days it's just getting rare to hear. Did you celebrate that milestone last year?
You know what? Trev surprised us and had one of those plaques made up with the platinum record inside it and the artwork from all of the collective records. And so, I mean, I think, we all live pretty far apart from each other, and it's kind of, our reunions are when we're back on the road. And so, we didn't get a chance to, it's one of those things too where this is my 18th year with the band, and something like that was such a big thing, and I think we plan on doing something, but I think if we were to do it, we're pretty selfless guys. We want to celebrate it with, fans and friends and family and do probably a show out of it or something like that. We had talked about doing, a tour where we do, like, we either pick an old record and do the whole thing top to bottom live, or we do like a serious greatest hits show or something like that. Maybe even just a one-off. But I think the intention is to still celebrate at some point in time, but we haven't been able to plan it properly, just probably because we're slightly lazy on that stuff.
Or just too busy, by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Or you could do like how Coheed and Cambria, how they played like a week and they played every single album each night.
That's pretty nuts. I mean, that would be a lot of fun. There's songs that we've never played live that are some of my favorites that, it's just one of those things. You have to play the singles for the most part, and then, you get a new record out. And so, this current set right now is pretty new material. Cause you grow and you get, sometimes you get bored of playing older material and stuff like that. But at the same time, there's a lot of fun to be had going back and visiting old material and, visiting it with fresh ears and a whole new show, so there's something to be said about that. I'm sure we'll do it eventually when we can tackle it.
It's pretty big job though. I mean,
oh yeah, it's a lot of rehearsal and, for sure.
That'd be awesome to see though, man. So, on the subject of touring, you probably played thousands of shows over the years. Is there one that, sticks out to you as the most memorable?
I think for us to do it this long, you just become so grateful that you can do something you know and you love. And so I try and take something away from every show. I don't want that to be like a cop-out answer, but the truth be told, I mean, there's been some shows that I'll remember for forever that we've played this year. And then, I remember shows from way back. I remember some of the first shows we ever played. And it's one of those things where, when you do it for long enough, I think you still wake up every morning and you think, I can't believe we still get to do this. This is pretty incredible to go through life and do something you absolutely love. And so for me, I think I'd be doing all the other shows a disservice if I were to just narrow it down to one. But I will say, and I don't know if this is privilege information or not, but we did have a chance one time ever to play in Australia. And did you know that at all?
No.
Yeah, so one time. That's why we've never called it a tour, because it's been, first of all, like probably a decade. And we played this festival down there, and forgive me for forgetting the name of the festival, but it was like 35,000 people. It was the biggest show we've ever played. And, the reception was unbelievable, and we played a really great slot and had just a blast doing it. And so I will say, it sounds like it's a little bit like I planned it this way, but truthfully, it was a pretty spectacular show. When you get that many people, it doesn't even seem like people anymore, it seems like CGI or something.
That's crazy, man. Was that quite a number of years ago? Was it Easter Fest?
It was a long time ago, yeah, and it could have easily been Easter Fest, yeah. Is that a very big festival?
It's a massive festival up here, in Queensland. So,
yeah.
Oh well, I didn't know that. I thought you guys had never been here. So
well, and I hope I haven't, just spoiled anything there from our management perspective. I think they're essentially calling it our first tour because we actually have never toured. We've only ever done one show there. And again, like, no joke, the little bit of time we got to spend there had amazing food. We met such great people, and I still have, so I still keep in contact with a couple people that we met from that show, just because it was such a good time and such good people. So, I mean, I hope I didn't wreck anything. We technically we've never been there for a tour, so.
It was a visit. It was a stop in, so it's not really.
You know what it was? It was like dip your toe in the water and see if you want to go for a swim kind of scenario.
Yeah, basically, we'll say that. But
it's a very, very expensive swim.
Yeah, and a very long trip to it too. Yeah. Is there something you're actually looking forward to doing when you get back down here, though?
Okay, so this is the problem, right? I mean, I built up this kind of rock and roll thing. We talked about it, but I'm about to say something that I'll probably lose 50% of our fans for saying it. But so we travel so much. I have a pair of binoculars with me, and I go birding. I'm not sure if that's what you call it down there, but people come from all over the world to Australia because you have birds that are only in your habitat that are pretty incredible. And we just happen to be coming during spring migration. And so I plan on taking off into the middle of nowhere and hunting down a bunch of these different native birds to your continent that I've wanted to see my whole life. So I never got to do that when we were there before. But it's kind of a nerdy thing to do,
I don't think that's nerdy at all, man.
All right.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
I mean, it's not like you're going to be sitting in a hotel room playing PlayStation or anything. You're
No.
out there and, and see what we got to offer here. And there's heaps of wildlife around here to really explore and check out. So, it's, except for our native ibis.
Right.
That's
it's completely endangered, or is it extinct?
No, our ibis.
Oh wait, no. It's super common and annoying.
Yeah. They're pretty much, they're like the hobos of the skies down here.
Yeah.
They dig through garbage and, so you'll probably see plenty of them, but I hope you get to see some rare stuff too.
We don't really get any ibis at all here, and so I was thinking maybe it was an extinction thing, but I remember somebody saying, we have gulls here that are everywhere, right? And they just are in the trash, they're in your hair. They're, in your car if you're not careful when you jump into it. I've heard, so I need to be careful of these ibis, do I?
They won't attack you, but they'll definitely, pick through your garbage. They're just ugly to see. But, Well, man, I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys down here, next month, man. And, I really wish you guys the best of luck with this tour.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm really excited to, honestly, we all are. We just sad that it's been so long, and we're really excited to come down. Will we get a chance to meet you while we're down there as well?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll be there for sure.
Beautiful. All right, man. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, man. Well, let's go to the track Fire It Up now, and we'll see you guys soon.
Looking forward to it, man. Cheers.